Yeah, hi there. These comments are for, I'm going to use your initials, RK, and you made a comment over at my website at www.bettertoeflscores.com, and you said just give the full video on improving the 4 parts of the test. We have reading, writing, listening, and speaking. My goodness, boy, you're pretty direct. It's kind of complicated, really. And my own philosophy is work on just building your overall academic English language proficiency. If you can do that, then you will improve your reading, writing, listening, and speaking proficiencies, and ultimately your TOEFL score will get better. All right, so let's talk about reading first. Reading takes a lot of effort, so there's 5 things that you need to do right now. Number 1, you should be reading every day for about 45 minutes. Focus on news, magazines, and books. Newspapers, magazines, and books. Don't stop even when you see words you don't know. You need to get used to concentrating in English for longer periods of time. Remember that the TOEFL test is over 5 hours long, and the reading section can be as long as 1.5 hours. So reading every day is a good step. Number 2, improve your vocabulary. You should get a vocabulary list. Start studying the words. Number 3, you need to improve your reading speed to 350 words per minute. That's very, very important. Number 4, you have to become familiar with the reading question types and the strategies for answering them. And then 5, you should take some TOEFL level reading practice tests to mark your progress. If you can do those 5 things, I'm telling you, you will improve your reading. All right, now let's talk about listening. Now, if you've already been doing the vocabulary practice, this is very important. It's going to help you for the listening. Now, like the reading section, you should also be practicing your listening for about 45 minutes every day for a period of several months. In this case, if you have English TV, I recommend that you focus on news, documentary, history, and especially science programs. This is very important. So, this is also going to help you learn to concentrate as you listen to things in English for longer periods of time. Now, finally, you should also take some TOEFL level listening practice tests to mark your progress, and then make sure you become familiar with the TOEFL IBT listening question types and the strategies for answering them. If you can do those things, you will definitely improve your listening comprehension of American English. Now, here's my next tip. My next tip, it's going to help you with the speaking and the writing. So I'm going to give you a tip right now. As you're doing the reading and the listening practice I just outlined in this video, RK, you need to use your notes and to start writing summaries. You should be writing summaries of the reading and the listening passages. Each summary should be about 250 words long. I recommend that you write up to 5 summaries each week. Remember, when you're writing the summaries, you want to write them from the point of view of the author. So you'll say according to the author or according to the speaker, or another point made by the author is, or the speaker also claims that. So you're actually summarizing this information. Again, 5 summaries each week. Each summary is 250 words. Now, in addition to writing about the reading and the listening passages that you are practicing, you should also practice speaking about these passages. And this, of course, is going to help you with your integrated speaking and integrated writing. I mean, it's going to help you with your integrated speaking, right? Okay, so again, using your notes, I want you to prepare 5 oral responses each week. Each oral response should be about 60 seconds long, and you should record it. You should record it, check it for accuracy. Remember that you're using the notes that you took on a reading or listening passage, and using those notes, you're re-explaining the information from the point of view of the reading passage or from the point of view of the lecture. So what we've talked about so far, RK, I've given you some good tips for improving your reading and your listening. I also showed you how you can take notes, and then you can also practice writing and speaking by doing that. So these things are all going to help you. Now, obviously, to help you with the writing and the speaking, you should study grammar. I recommend that you get used to using a combination of basic and complex grammars in both your speaking and your writing. Now, you need to become familiar in the writing section with the writing question types. That means the types of independent writing tasks that you're going to be asked, the types of integrated writing tasks that you'll be asked, and you should practice writing responses to those tasks. Ideally, you have a TOEFL IBT writing specialist who can read and score the practice test that you're submitting. Likewise, when you're doing your speaking practice, you need to become familiar with the IBT speaking question types, the independent and integrated speaking question types, the strategies for answering these questions, and again, you need to get a TOEFL IBT speaking specialist who can listen and comment on the speaking practice test that you submit. If you can do these things, I'm telling you, these are tips to help you improve your score on the reading, writing, listening, and speaking sections of the test. Now, what's interesting is, depending on what your goal is, the students that I work with at my website, at onlinetoeflcourse.com, by the way, they usually improve their TOEFL score about 5 to 10 points for each month that they study. These are some of the kinds of results that you can expect, and that's assuming that you're actually working pretty hard and you are trying to improve your overall academic English language abilities. All right, RK, so maybe after 2 or 3 months of practice of following what I'm saying here, I think you should probably take a IBT full-length practice test. A practice test needs to be about 5 hours long. It needs to be very similar to the structure and the format of the actual TOEFL exam. So you can take a practice test, you can get a score back, including subtotals in the reading, listening, speaking, and writing sections, and then you can make a decision. So you can decide whether or not you're ready to take the TOEFL exam based on the score that you get on the practice test. Alright, so those are some of my comments, and this is how you can improve the reading, writing, listening, and speaking proficiencies of English.